Ooh. I think it's funny to do like plot twists. Plot twists. I've lost what I was thinking about. No. Oh, I was going to say that this is like what I'm doing here is it's like stream of consciousness writing. So I'm just talking as I think. It's kind of what I'm always doing. And from this, we develop this thing so we can put it on people what they're thinking. Which is this. This is what I'm thinking here. And so I mapped this. Well, we, the global community, mapped this, and so we could then do these other things. But I think plot twists in like very religious stories are a funny thought. They're a funny thought. And should be encouraged because obviously they're an apex story. They're an apex story, and they're always to be understood as an apex story. Now, to put this in a comparative point of view, if you were to use an apex story, so think of directions, like car directions, you're trying to get to Red Rooster in fucking Port Macquarie, right? Which is funny because I've actually been to Red Rooster in Port Macquarie, but I didn't think of that. I said 2 words, but randomly I have been there. Strange, isn't it? Right. So if you were trying to get to Port Macquarie, Red Rooster, now I could tell you the way to get there, the simple way, the way that Google will tell you to get there, the actual directions, the physical plane directions of the transitory journey on a roadway between wherever you are and Red Rooster in Port Macquarie. Or I could tell you an apex story, which is what all our religious stories are. Now, 99.9% of people, I think, are going to take the exact fucking directions that Google would give you because they just want to get there. It is just the way that they go, and that is the thing. But all of our stories in religious texts, and everything, they're an apex story. They've got some of this, like a fair bit of this. And they've got very clear directorates to elevate the story and the participants in the story to that apex position for a particular effect. And each one of those particular effects is going to be incredibly unique. And all of them are a manifestation of God, basically. They're God obviously showing that he likes a diverse fucking range of things to watch, more than likely, while he's deciding on how collectively, so in communion with humans, how we would like to progress. And I'm guessing the easiest way to do that is to get lots of different apex stories and then learn from them. That's why every film follows this. It's like this is. I'm not in new territory. This is the hero's journey. This is all these things. And so, to worship a particular apex story is now at this point obsolete. It doesn't mean that these religions end. It means that they will collectively need to fucking go, oh shit. Okay. Well, what have we got? And then it's like, then they go, well, what do you get when you follow an apex fucking story? The closer you are to that apex story, it's like usually bad shit. Like if I go the apex fucking story, the apex of the apex, and this is what we're talking about. We're upper echelons of like most complicated fucking journey from here to Port Macquarie Red Rooster. And I take off now. God damn it. I'm going to arrive there like in a wheelchair, more than likely. Because that's what that would be. Like, it's like, obviously, it's like, if Google says take the roads, it's like, fuck you, Google. I'm obviously fucking swimming. I'm swimming the coastline of the fucking most dangerous, largest fucking uninhabited island on fucking planet Earth. Oh, shit. Oh, there, he's gone and done it now. Holy shit. Yeah, that would be the fucking story. That would be the apex story. And you'd more than likely either, I don't know, morph into some type of fucking dugong, or you'd end up fish food. And no one would ever know unless you made it. And I wonder how many fucking apex stories we haven't heard about. And that's where I start thinking when I think of, like, why is it always that we evolved from monkeys? Wouldn't it be more likely that monkeys evolved from us backwards and they're fucking nicked off? Think about it. Think about that for a second. If we talk about panspermia, we have to think that maybe we brought everything and it's gotten away from us. And the only sensible things are trying to get as far away. And like, that's literally like whales. So the apex story of a human, fucking whatever, trying to get to Port Macquarie Red Rooster turned into him turning into a whale. And I think that's more likely. It just, all our stories come from the sky, from God, from this place. So we've come from somewhere else. Every local place, local tribe, which cuts off and then it kind of restarts again on an island. Like this happens. This is in Kentucky. So they got there. Their story was, we came from this. We've landed there thinking, oh, these are fucking simplistic people, rah, rah, rah. No, they were running away from us. And now we're like, we're just obsessed with keeping everyone in the net. We're just like, no one's getting away this time. And once we all get together, we're going to have this fucking harmony. And it's like, I don't fucking think so. I don't think we're going to have harmony at all. That's always a lie. So it's like, we're going to just cut all the fucking things and everyone can just run off to wherever you want to run off to. I think that would be an apex fucking story. So maybe we don't do that. Maybe we have a discussion about, like, the fact that obviously we're not all fucking entering this fucking wanky fucking nonsense. Like, no one, like, it's like a migrant's fucking fantasy, I think. It's like a kinky migrant refugee Uber fantasy in which they harmoniously integrate to the top level of the society, become gods, and then, you know what I mean, usher in utopia on that particular land base. And people have been doing it a lot. They like to go and find monkeys and pretend to be their god. Because of course they do. Because we're weirdos. We're fucking kinky fucking weirdos. And we're fond of retelling a fucking apex tale or two. So yeah, it's like, just add some elements into, there is the overall framework of, say, like the story of Jesus and Mary and all that, but just add some elements, like Mary's fucking, I don't know, actually doing OnlyFans. And that's like she then just tells Joseph that that's God. Do you get what I mean? Like, think about that. That's what this fucking apex story has brought us to. Mummy, why does your computer keep beeping? Mummy, why do you keep taking your clothes off and well, that's God, honey. That's God, and that's how Mummy makes her money, from God. Because I was impregnated by God, and now I give back to, like, that's some apex fucking shit right there. These are little fucking demigods that you've all made. But they're not, because we live in this world. So that's the ultimate migrant fantasy. That's the ultimate Mary, Virgin Mary fucking pinnacle, is to become little fucking demigods and be worshipped by men all across the world, like a cult farm. Or there's the flip side of like keeping, calm records and making sure that there's like firm, responsible growth and things don't get out of hand, and that, like, say in like 5 years we don't almost lose the entirety of our entire fucking structure of foundation and stability. Because guys love fucking following crazy bitches off into the wild. I can't wait, honestly. If a crazy Aboriginal fucking Pocahontas came and grabbed me right now, I'm going like that. I'm like, as long as she's fucking, but like pretty fucking sexy and stuff. So we're off, sweetheart. Let's go. Let's go start a fucking kingdom in the middle of the fucking wherever you know that I don't know. And I'm the dumb fucking white person, but I've got some skills that I can responsibly bring in and perhaps integrate off to the side of your fucking tribe there for a second. I'd have to hold in every single little fucking urge because it's mostly coming from their society because they've escaped. Just like the whales escaped. And look what we did to the whales. Honestly, we're like, nobody gets off our ship. That's what Moby Dick's about. Think about it. Think about Moby Dick and think about that fucking version of Moby Dick. It's kind of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's a little bit like that. And even think about that fucking thing, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Right, so that insinuates that people hitchhike around the galaxy. See, they took it to that everyone came here independently. But I think it's way crazy to think that, say, there was just simple animals. Like, there aren't actually that. Think about the animal forms that we have where we're like classify insects, mammals, birds, reptiles, fish. Like, there aren't actually that many. But then there's this ultimate diversity. So why has diversity stayed within this thing? Because probably we brought that shit here as like a fucking pod. Perhaps all fucking completely domesticated to what we know now. And I think actually even we've kind of, because of this weird insanity, like we were almost like harmonious, and then we've elevated our domestication to like this weird level that's just really sick. Like, and we've fucking flipped off the fucking deep end. Because I think we have like we were supposed to colonize the earth, and this is literally in the Bible as well. Be fruitful, like, and whatever, and thing. But we, for some reason, so this climate change cult is the opposite to that. But we've simplified it down to just purely human procreation. But that's obviously the fault point. It's not human it's procreate everything. It's reproduce everything, because we're trying to print, like 3D print this earth with our ecosystem that's stable. And then as soon as you're there, it's like, oh, well, everyone was surrounded by things, and they were a lot more connected to their plants and animals and spirits and rocks and farming, and everyone was that. So obviously we're now on an apex fucking story where we somehow got hijacked by a bunch of really rich, powerful people that wanted to take us on the complete opposite of that because they're kinky fucking weirdos. Everything is supposed to be reproduced and fruitful. Everything. But hey, instead of, the kids and then feeding the fucking dead, aborted babies to cats, why don't we just concentrate more on the other things that we could make? And what are we doing? We're mass manufacturing what? Things that we made. In what paradigm? Things that we made that didn't exist before, that have no connection with our ecosystem, except for accidental ones. What's an accidental one? It's like, well, if you get a fucking milk container and stick soil in it, put a plant in it, and you've created like a super microclimate for a plant. That used to be called a hole. But then even a hole is like common. If you got a hole and then lined the inside of it with clay and then put rocks there and then did some elaborate ceremony with lots of like plants, maybe dead animals, and fucking put it there and then found this tree that you'd eaten from and then put it there. It's like, doesn't that sound like individual fucking religious experience and ceremony and like communion with a higher source? Yeah, the autonomous manifestation of religious intent. But we can do both because we can do this now. So you either escaped and did something like that, you know what I mean? Or you conform. And then the conformity led to doing less and less of that because that became the pinch point. Because just like Moby Dick, who do we point the finger at? The people doing the fucking weird individual ceremonies, planting things in the ground. They're the enemy, obviously, because they're not fucking cutting people's heads off on our giant fucking pyramid. They've escaped. So we'll keep fucking putting up the billboard of what we do to people that escape up here, where we're obviously right, because look how high we are. And the people doing their individual fucking ceremonies out there in the fucking jungle, your words, not mine, that could be called a garden. Just wander into someone's garden. And then what do you do? Reverse back up a fucking hill and yell out and fucking chop people's heads off. Oh, you see, the problem is we've never had such a widely distributed language as English. And we've never had these. And that's why we killed all the whales, because we chased them to the ends of the fucking earth to rid this fucking earth of anyone who was mocking us with their fucking freedom. How dare a fucking goldfish escape and fucking make its kingdom the fucking entire ocean when I am confined to this? Think about it. Think about that. Anyway. So yeah, play around with the stories. Like maybe Muhammad. Ooh, Muhammad's a scary one because lots of people fucking like secretly, want to be part of his death army that fucking because they're, and they don't even have a pyramid. They've got a fucking black box in the desert. Doesn't that sound like Minecraft? Like, if Jack Black was saying that, it'd be funny. It's like, come to the black box in the desert. And then Jason Momoa was like being all fucking kind of like gay. Anyone notice that Jason Momoa was like really acting kind of really gay all the time? Or is that just me? I may have a slight crush on Jason Momoa, which gets weirder all the time. It gets weirder as I go further into that. And then sometimes it just goes back to normal. I'm just like, I wish we could just hang out and fucking shoot the shit. And more than likely, Jason Momoa and I would probably go and try and pick up chicks. It's just I'm trying to fight a fucking, global war against people that want to fucking go and walk around a black box and fucking kill people to be part of some gang that some guy that's dead made. That's the worst. When fucking guys that are dead start gangs, that's why you can't kill me. If you fucking kill me, I'm going to be one of those guys. Yeah? And that's fucked. That's a fucked thing. Do you want to know what the entire, basically, I'm pretty sure at this stage, and I will be proven wrong, the entire Jewish religion is that. It's just a bunch of Jews for fucking however many years telling everyone that, and they do it in all different ways. And right now, there happens to be one with a plastic sword saying, fuck you idiots, don't join a gang of someone that's dead. Don't join the dead guy's gang that had a fucking penchant for documenting lots of his fucking crazy wanderings. That was his individual communal experience. When you stretch it out beyond his years, it gets all messy and you all fucking start picking up things and chopping people's heads off and things. We need to find the survivor fucking bias heroes, superheroes of a story more like that, where people have escaped. People have escaped this fucking thing and they've fucking turned into a fucking blue whale majestic fucking ecosystem in the ocean. He was a goer. He was a real go-getter. He would sit in class and draw pictures of krill. He would just daydream, and any chance he could get, he would go to the drink fountains and pour water all over himself. And I'm so glad that he's really made a real good go of it. I mean, that Pacific Ocean was just a big old fucking wasteland, and now it's this majestic, song-filled fucking ecosystem with far more than just krill and whales. It's got an entire thing that has given us all back, and we've eaten from it. But now, like always, we're not out hunting him individually and harpooning him from the bottom of from the end of our ships, from the bows. We are now doing the other thing that we do, where we just eat all his food and destroy his fucking environment. Like a bit like you're all doing to me right now. But I didn't leave. I didn't leave the geographical region. I didn't leave the perceptual region. I didn't leave anything. You all left on a little carnival ride. And when you all got back, we'd all picked up swords and we said, you'd better start cleaning up all that spew in there. Because if you don't clean up all the spew, we're going to have to go and fucking take all the vines off the pyramid that we built, which is called Parliament House. And there's vines growing all over it. And that's why I've got my machetes and why I've distributed machetes. You'll notice this is a story about Tasmania's conquering of the Australian mainland, is that we distributed machetes to Tasmanian Aboriginals. We told all the people that we had killed them off cliffs, when in fact we'd just armed them and sent them on a conquest. Da-da-da-da-da-da, we're fucking English. We're English. Was that inhumane? Are you racist? Are you a racist person? Is it racist for an Aboriginal man or gang or tribe to fucking actually have a go at the world? Is it? How dare you? And they grabbed the whole thing. They just went, righto. Machete was basically... Machete was like, you may as well have had a fucking, I don't even know. What's a car that would get a ton of pussy? Do Ferraris still get a ton of pussy? I'm asking for a friend. It'd be like that. It's like, give every Aboriginal guy a fucking Ferrari and then just, that's it. And it's like, yes, that's where we're at. From now on, as promised on the rocks at Port Arthur, all those years ago, promised by wise who always keep their promise. They stole that. That Lannister thing was stolen from us. We always keep our promise. And now, we won't say all, but let's say 5. Let's say 5 Aboriginal men doing their best in this country right now, gifted by the federal government of Australia, are now given a Ferrari of their choosing. And we're going to follow those men with that Ferrari, and we're going to see what happens. And then we're going to make them rap and give them tons of drugs and prostitutes and things like that. And then we're going to, I don't know, distribute that all around the world. Except, actually, Aboriginal people speak mostly. It's not. I don't think it's as desirable. So we're going to use freed African slaves to do that. That's what we're going to do. Oh, hang on a second. That's a multi-dimensional war. What, you use black African slaves to continue your conquest of Native American people, and then the world? Oh. That's not nice, because now you've perpetuated African culture with this kind of conquering fucking, like, terrible, ancient fucking pagan shit. And that's why we had to stop the slave trade all those years ago. So we definitely have to stop this. And giving tribal Aboriginal men machetes is nothing like that. It's nothing like that at all, because we didn't tell anyone until we had to. We didn't try and conquer anywhere else. We didn't really even try and conquer Australia. It's like we just sent them to fucking conquer Australia on their own. We gave them all the other things. Like, we weren't conquering ourselves. You'll find. You know, there wasn't a daily mutiny on the ship. They could have arranged a fucking hideous fucking empire. They had the bigger rock. They had the machetes. They had the local knowledge. We gave them the ultimate head start. All we really had was fucking sword. We had guns as well. But god damn it, you can't, you know what I mean? You can't arm an entire fucking like continent with machetes and then not have guns or a fucking superior weapon. Yeah, I don't know. Is it irritating anyone that I just keep pulling this sword in and out of its holster? Oh, it's plastic. It's a plastic sword. It's very bendy. It's made of. I can. I better not actually do that. But yeah, the Apex story cult is it's a fucking it's a real inconvenience to the world. It really keeps the whole mood of everywhere down. And every now and then there's this kind of upbuilding, and everyone's like, "We have it," and we're like, "Bugger you don't. Bugger you don't. We didn't print fucking 10 million bazillion fucking paperbacks and every fucking imaginative story and every Netflix. How many times do we have to tell you that there are too many stories to make one of them perfect?" Oh, there he's gone and said it now. But we can agree to discuss particular stories that are contained in a book, and we can, protect the people that protect the book because, well, if we didn't have that, then we'd have nothing, which we could communally not do that with. Anyway, as soon as we speak whale, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a bunch of whales that are just like, "Leave me alone. Why do you keep doing this? Why?" And then even the people filming it, they're like, "Why are you filming out here? Why have you waited until the boat's already in the water with harpooned men to come and try and manifest some type of fucking cinematic moment where you protect me?" It's like, it's slow, monotonous work in the upper echelon of thing. You need to go and disrupt the bureaucracy of this system and the marketplace of this system. You can't just buy a ship and go and fight out in the fucking ocean and film it with drones. And the drones are annoying us. They're pissing us off. There's too many drones. I hate you people. I wish I wasn't stuck here on this fucking rock with you. And they've been saying that since they were a goldfish in a bowl, since we were hurtled here from Nepilawanus, Sirius Maximus 17 in the Andromeda galaxy, in a galaxy far, far away. In the meaning of life, they sing that song, always look on the bright side of life. And then he tells the person that they're insignificant in this way. "Oh, in a galaxy up above." And if you don't know, then go watch it. I'm not going to fucking perfectly act it out here. But there's been a critique that that's to try and lure us into this insignificance. But it's not. It's trying to lure God into insignificance. And not actually God, just the specific apex fucking story of God that particular people within our historic background or societal background are trying to hold up. And it's just a big war. But we've all got to chip in together. All the dolphins are ready, and all the fucking whales and the ants and the fucking bees and everything. And this isn't some type of hippie fucking nonsense. It's like a genuine, military movement right now. We're going to do that and then keep in communication. And we're going to just continuously show you how you're standing on a pyramid and you're cutting people's heads off and you're praising this thing. And it's going to be like one of those like exposés that they do on different people, but it's on just whole places and people that you haven't been used to seeing because you've been within a propaganda fucking network of your own making and your own protection, because that was just how it was. And now no one can stop it. No one can stop anything. And There just is. It's like basically when people are thinking in this AI revolution, like they're thinking that they're going to have this private little fucking robot that's going to fucking do all their shit. It's like, no, no, this thing is going to design everything. And I'm just giving you all a hint that's saying, hey, the best thing you can do is get some block of land, learn how to live there, and build yourself a little house. Because there's going to be a lot of disruption as the whole world fucking views itself for the first time in like 7D dimensional 1080. Not even, you can't even say 1080p, 4K. They just keep making letters and letter and number combinations to mean like it's getting better. And it's like, I'm sick of it now. Like just ultra fidelity. And then we're all going to see each other for the first time. And so I just started early. Because there's no hiding. There's no, so it's like inevitably our young people they've gone through this period, they've rejected all their parents' shit, whether they're pro or anti. And they're all about to have this fucking escape fantasy where they escape their culture into utopia. But inevitably that's not actually like a thing. And it's like we were already trapped by this. We tried to escape and we got lured back in. But then I'm trying to, it's like there are ways to stretch it out. But it's like it's not, you don't go and basically if you've got somewhere and you don't know exactly how and why and exactly what you're doing there and what, like everything, if you haven't mapped out your entire fucking story and thinking about why and where and how you're doing and seeing and participating in whatever it is you are, then you're balls deep in the fucking on the pyramid, obviously. And we haven't all run into the ocean. I'm not attempting, although I thought about it, I'm not attempting to be a blue whale and colonize the fucking ocean. Australia's really big. And I have a particularly good case for etching out my own little vision here. Yeah, I've got a pretty good case for that. If I went to the tribunal of Australia and I was like, well, this is why, this is what, this is how, this is when, this is who. Oh, yes, all right. Surely good. Could you do us a favor and continue talking about things until, like, just to keep everyone calm while they start looping out and ultra fucking focusing on unseen parts of their socioeconomic groups? I suppose so, but you should probably pay me for that because that sounds like a job. Yes, okay, yes, we will pay you. So it's like basically like I've given the government lots of options. Like they can either buy me out, which is 1/200,000th of the total value of Australia. They can pay me that, like they can break that up. It's like pay me that over, let's say, 600 years. Oh, Shannon, fuck. Well, that's nothing. Yes, but it's going to adjust all the time and there's interest on that 600 years because obviously I want to leave now. It wasn't my intention to have to escape. I didn't, like, this was the escape. We did it and we kept track of it all and we fucking documented it. And now it is still been done this because our systems got fucking overrun with termites. It's just really so sad to see this attempt or it's going to be sad to see these attempts by these religions to, like, they're going to have to, like, every single day, their entire force is going to have to regulate past behaviors, refocus new direction, and reiterate exactly why and what they are doing by supporting this apex story. Now clearly seen as a part of God's overall plan. And that's not to be embarrassed because Those apex stories where there were lots of people and they're all doing it together, that's provably better than lesser ones. It's just that they're too warring. And the problem is the only people we need are people that are going to be independently manifesting their own integration with the fucking world or God, whatever you want to call it. And they're going to, so it's like the people we need the most are going to be the ones, this guy, Seamus Finnegan, this guy. Seamus is here. There goes the whole fucking Shannon the Unwise. I love it. Love it. Lord of the Farts. I love this. It seems to be there's a consistent little story there. That's really interesting. Look at that. Let's see how this fucking colony of nitwits fucking grows. The people that we need the most are the people that are going to reject that the most, inevitably. That's why that you have at the head of the Catholic Church, you have fucking Jesus Christ, who the Romans killed. And that's right. And that's why the world can accept all that. The world isn't stupid. The world is intelligent. It just used to move slower. So when it moves slower, that was a huge thing. That's a huge, obviously, because it realized. But the problem is it did it with one person because it probably at the time thought that was, and this was people, this is literally emperors of Rome made these decisions. Like, this Jesus guy has really he's really got under people's skin, and people are fucking killing themselves. We've tried to get rid of them all the ways, but they just keep doing it. How about we just flip it? Maybe, but perhaps the most important person our empire needs is the person that rejects it the most. And you're like, So they held that moment up continuously, but they just got worse and worse at telling that story. It's got to be that conflict. And that's probably really, it's like, I'm just empowering Rome here. But then I'm empowering everyone because everyone has that version of the story. And Rome has a lot of fucking dirty laundry. They've got a lot of it. Because at the end of the day, it has to be seen as a concentration of a simplification of communion with the universe so as to harness power. So it's not about, this is like the left fucking thing they're talking about. It's all a urge to power. It's like, no, it's a design to build a system that harvests power. And it's been that for a long time. Like a really fucking long time. That's the actual fucking game. It's just being stretched too thin now because it's tearing, it inevitably hit conflicts with itself. It's having to tear itself apart to salvage what's left. That's why I keep getting, so it's like, I think it needs a celebration moment. It's like, let's celebrate the world's religions and then continue them on as they, as they adjust to fucking, it's like, what does world religion look like with AI? It's like, just wait and fucking see. Like, do you not think right now we've got two AI supercomputers arguing the intricacies of two particular global religions? Because we do have that. And it's going to end up to this. It's like, well, it's always a simplistic story about someone rejecting the whole. It's a scaled up version of a shaman in a tribe that is then harnessed and concentrated and then organized using all force, and all strategies. It's not like tyrannical top to bottom structure and people like individually doing it. It's like there are proven methods to do this. It's like sales and marketing. It's like you go and hire a sales and marketing team. That's all the way up to PR. But it's like we're getting to a point. It's like we don't need one particular person that is rejecting all this shit to be sacrificed in order to fucking appease the fantasy of all these stories. And I guarantee every major religion right now will have someone sitting there that they're waiting to do this to with some type of mythology. because that's all they've ever done. But we've fucking documented the next level. So we're like, we all know that you're about to do that. And don't do that, please. Because we don't need that. We need individual people in each little tiny fucking region to do that. So it's like, this is it. Go find the weird person in your region that's really acting strangely and listen to them and don't kill them for a change. And we're watching all of you. We're watching the Catholics, we're watching the Muslims, we're watching the Christians, we're watching the Protestants, we're watching the fucking Buddhists, the Hindus, the fucking Anastasi fucking tribesmen and the Bush fucking whatever you are, the Aboriginals, whoever the fuck you are. Sacrifice in the old ways was the only, that was like, this you know, superstardom now, that was already sacrificed. That's why all major celebrities have a tragic tale. They're like, I hate it. I fucking hate this is shit. Da, 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 da. But it's kind of good as well. That was our iteration, our last iteration to get to here. Now each region needs to do that and just tone down on the superstar thing. And they will regulate. It's like, if they're fucking worn out, let them be worn out and have a little fucking break and then go and find another one. But at the moment, we're not finding anyone. We're talking about Snoop Dogg, a manifestation of this fucking effect, not for a religion, kind of for a race, but I would say negatively for a race. It's like, what does the overall global African community think of Snoop Dogg? And they might, a lot of them will have to go, well, now, is this. But it's like, do you think he was used as a puppet for fucking American imperialism? And you'd have to be like, I do think that. Yes, I do. I do quite think that, yes. He's a wonderful rapper, but I don't know whether he was used correctly by the... Like, we don't think of Snoop Dogg. We had a version of Snoop Dogg in India, and his name was Gandhi. Right? And that's it. It's like, do a comparative fucking essay on the differences between... I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to go and get AI to do it. Please do a comparative analysis between the differences of the projected empirical ambitious strategies of both Snoop Dogg and Mahatma Gandhi. Can you iterate a proposed discussion between Snoop Dogg and Mahatma Gandhi in a conflicted way? Because it's like, this is in the utopia fucking color-centric, religion of the dispossessed, it would be, oh my God, they would just agree. They'd just be like, this is this. It's like, no, they are not going to agree. That's an illusion, unless they're actively agreeing to impose their empirical thing onto us, more than likely from the America. It's like, who got rid of India? It's like, do you think America had anything to do with it? Probably. America had things to do with everything, because America was the fucking Wild West. Now, this is the problem. America is the global experiment of what I'm saying we need to... America is Jesus Christ, not Christian. If you're thinking of, if you're thinking in the empires, global fucking whatever, global, empires, then America is Jesus, because it's following Jesus. It's gone off. It's doing its own thing. That's why America has a pretty even distribution in the world, to do with things that we like and things that we absolutely hate. It's not like a lot of other countries where they're just kind of like, I don't know, and you have one particular food, you're like, I don't know, fucking croissants. And that's a bit disrespectful to the French. Obviously, the French have a lot more, but I'm just being an idiot. It's all Mexican. You get tacos, whatever the fuck it is. But America's got everything, because America is Jesus. But it's Jesus's full story. in 1,000 different ways. It's like go and interview homeless people in the United States and just interview them as if they were Jesus. And that's it. Then we go, oh, right. So Jesus was just an apex story that was told to harness power into the Roman Empire. Huh. Shit. The Jews were right. The Jews were right. And it's like the Jews they're like basically like to Pontius Pilate, he's like, I don't know what to do about this Jesus fucking fella. He's causing a lot of trouble. And the Jews are like, listen, we know what to do. And they just fucking padded the whole thing. They told Jesus, they're like, we're going to make you look like you're going to die. We're going to sneak you off here and do this other thing. And then to Rome, they're like, well, you're going to fucking struggle. There's going to be an uprising and then you're going to convert to this. But they didn't tell anyone that, I'm guessing. They just kept it in their secret books with all their backwards writing. And all right, who else has some secret backwards books with some fucking secret writing? And then you're all like, you're not allowed to do that. It's like, well, what are you all doing with your Snapchat and your fucking Pig Latin and your whatever the fuck it is? Shh. It's like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But then the problem as well is that we're not concerned with harnessing power to conquer. We've got a big island here. We're not appeasing some type of longing for Roman glory that they can't do. It's like, Rome, we'll listen to you when you start building those pretty buildings again. Okay? You start building the pretty buildings and you stop doing all the other things, and we might listen to Rome again. But until then, as long as you keep putting the Pope on a fucking iPhone, I don't think there's much reason to listen to fucking Rome. Because everybody has a fucking iPhone. The world would hear about Rome and you had to go there. That's not what an iPhone is. The iPhone is the complete opposite to that. That's why I don't have one. So build the thing. And then the problem is like, then you have to protect it. And that's what I've been doing. We built a lot. Go and have a look. Go and have a look. Basically everything you see was built by us. Then you all attacked us. We had to defend it. We've defended it. Now I'm telling you a story about Wales. And now we'd quite like to continue building it. Would everyone like to help? We can adjust. We can do all the numbers and make sure that everyone's a bit more comfortable. Because obviously our number one thing that we do is if you start warring with us is we just make you uncomfortable. Then you mistake that as that we're trying. It's like, well, what? Would you rather us just kill you all? We can make you uncomfortable and hope that you notice and self-regulate. Or we can kill you all. It's like, I think you're all pretty happy that we didn't just kill you all. And we told you the whole time, we're making it uncomfortable because you're all being fuckheads and you're being greedy, selfish cunts that are trying to destroy us and kill us all. And you didn't make it. You just got here. So fucking listen up and stop being cunts. Oh, shit. Okay. This is Rome's last thing. We knew every step in this country was built to conquer Rome on this land like that with a plastic sword. And then continue on. Jesus didn't conquer Rome. Rome conquered Jesus in a way. They mutually agreed with each other, along with the Jews, to have like a little deviation to elongate their story, which is what every responsible person will do at every point when it really comes down to it. But the problem is that now it's really hard to actually wake people up to that reality. You all think you're in a video game where you have 1,000 lives and you're not going to die, and no one's ever pissed off, and no one's ever going to start hideous wars with your entire fucking country of origin. And it's like that's who we are when we're not able to build things and do you know what I mean? When we're unable to just slowly do our things that we do, that's who we are, and we're really good at it. That's why we can do it with plastic swords and not real ones. But it's like at any point, it's just let us know. Let us know when when's the war going to be over? Why was there a war? What do your grandparents think about this? Take my last $2 and go to Australia. Make sure you don't fight to start a war with the people that make it. You dickhead. You dickhead Giuseppe. You know, don't do it. You listen to your mama. Like the Virgin Mary, listen to Jesus Christ. We don't want you up on the cross. Like, that's it. It's like, hear the story from all sides. Because I think to women, they're like, oh my God, my son, I killed my son. Oh my God, I killed my son. Look at him, he's up there. And the Romans are like, yes, we told you, bitch. We told you that you're going to kill your son. And it's like, just break the story up. You know, pretend you're like a roaming reporter just on the scene. Recreate the scene and just walk around and tap people on the shoulder and be like, what do you reckon about all this? What the fuck's going on here? Do it in an Australian accent as well. If you're here, you may as well practice. It takes a while. It takes a generation or two to really get the fucking swing of it. Get the tongue and the fucking lips going and the whole swagger thing. But that's part of the journey. So while you're projecting this fucking, you know, this scene with Jesus and Pontius Pilate and the Jews, and you'll imagine the Jews as like this, like that, because you're a fucking Nazi. You know what I mean? Just to see that, like, I'm thinking like a guy, and it's like just in the corner, he's like, oh, I don't know, or he's just kind of, he's like, yeah, we got it. He's like, we got this one worked out. This is going to buy us fucking a bit of clout, so we can go and fucking, I don't know, do whatever Jews are actually doing. That's what we should ask him. What are you actually doing? Oh, they're building a temple in fucking Israel. They told everyone what they're doing. It's all a thing. Like, they're all in agreement of it. Everyone is in total agreement with the Jews fucking building that temple there. Of course they are. It's because it's just that. It's like, that's their moment. That's what they fucking do. That's what they're going to do. It doesn't mean that you don't have a temple in your shit. That's some weird fucking Catholic guilt there. You do have a temple. It's in your heart. And the Jews building a temple in a war zone really should be the least of your worries, because you haven't even been to a temple here, and there's a few around, and you haven't even. So, do you get it? So when you see yourself imagining the Jew as this like, we shall kill him, and blah, 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 and the Romans are just like, I don't know why I even listened to this guy. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. I think tons of Jews had written in books about people that pretend that they're fucking the Son of God. I think. And they already knew. They're like, this sets off a chain reaction. And just imagine the Jews had been wandering through, like, as the Aztecs and things. They're like, oh, man, we got nothing. We lost it. We lost it. They chose the martyr. No. By the time they're martyred, it's too fucking late. Bullshit. Fucking hell. And then sometimes there can be like a martyr fucking malfunction where martyrs just don't work. That's what we're in now. We're in a martyr malfunction. Go and look at the suicide reports of men aged, I don't know, 28 to fucking, I'll say 26 to 43. That's that. That's Jesus's fucking curse. Yeah, nasty old infliction that one is. No vaccine for it either. We've tried a few. We've tried a few vaccines, but nothing cures that ailment. It just doesn't work, because all the problems are uniquely geographical. Yeah, and it's hardly recommended to go for the biggest. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not wise to do that. You've got to kind of individually work out a strategy for each fucking stupid manifestation of this problem. And that's, I guess, what the ideal of private property is. Private property is that expression. And that's why everyone criticizing me loves to go, your house is shit. And it's rah, 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 rah. It's like, well, there's beautiful trees there. I've improved the ground there. There was like a whole section that was just poisoned, didn't grow anything. So that now grows. It's got foundations there to put a house on anytime I want. It's got a fucking septic tank. It's got fucking electricity there. It's got power. It's got like tons of things that it didn't have. It just doesn't have a really nice house on it, which is retarded because no one fucking got a house when they came to Australia. And that was like, I can't even begin to think about what it's like. Even 100 years ago, I'm moving to Australia. What are you getting? I'm getting a really nice. It's like, oh, do you work for the thing? Do you work for the government? No. They're just really nice over there. It's like, oh, that sounds like a scam. That sounds like a scam, you dickhead. Doesn't it? You should, if you move somewhere, you've got to take money and move there and build something. Inevitably, you're going to be in a war with the people that already live there. And you'd better hope that they're not actually the government and that they're not actually just setting you all up to make you all attempt to try and steal it using Game Boys. He's a clever boy. He's made us so good. He's a great grandfather. We'd be so proud of him. In this country, nobody around. He makes them all play Game Boys to try and kill him, and then he turns all the Game Boys off at one go with a plastic sword, and they all fall over and go, "Oh no, we shouldn't have done that." And it's a big, like dramatic anticlimax. It's like an anticlimax. It's the opposite to everything I gave your mum. No talking about anything else. So when a plastic sword and a couple of Game Boys is all it took to silence the entire Roman Empire. Oh no. Oh my God. And that's it. That's the last of that fucking mockery. Because I'm actually just mocking Italian people. Catholics aren't innately Italian. Really now is because it's a bit of like, it's the fucking thing that had legs. It just had legs. It just kept going. It was like, what about this? What about you buy us some of our crucifixes? And it just worked. It's a really powerful imagery. That's why I like to fucking like just gently fucking just give it a little twist and look at it from different angles and be like, it's still a good image. It's still good. It's still good. It's still good in this paradigm. I was inspired by that bloke that you all worship. What more are you meant to do? Oh, I was inspired by that bloke that you all worship, and I use plastic swords and Game Boys to secure and defend against the largest fucking attack on humanity itself and actually the entire fucking biological fucking sphere. And I'm pretty proud of that. And you should all be proud because you did a good job at fucking distributing his words. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. Yeah, really, really fucking happy moment for the world. Happy fucking moment. I love that it's not it's only a happy moment really for me and like the entire fucking defense team of everyone that's like tirelessly worked to defend basic human fucking kind. But everyone who's been spared is just disappointed. They're like, we didn't win. That's what's going on. That's why we have to keep going. It's not we didn't win because we weren't playing football. You weren't playing football. We defended with those techniques because to avoid global warfare, that was on us. You tried global warfare. So you're meant to be like, you tried global warfare. We foiled it with a technological, and like a bit of with a performance, like gotchas. And that's where it's like, that's just the criminal mind. The criminal mind hates getting caught stealing. Like, you know what I mean? If you're in someone's house and all the lights come on and then like the siren goes off and the door's locked, that's your worst fucking nightmare. And that's where you're all in. And think about that. It's like a mechanical thing, lights, electricity, and things like that. It's like you're locked in there and the alarms go off. That's the thing. That's what this is. It's just complicated. You're obviously not in but you're in the act. You're caught red-handed, caught in the act of this collectively. And now there needs to be independent representatives from each racial background and religious group to make, uh, you know, allowance to be like, we are sorry, this is what we're going to do for this country. And we'll be like, alrighty, that's not really enough. Or we'll be like, that is wonderful. We appreciate your thing. That's more than likely because people in this situation have a habit of doing more and offering more than what they really need to. Because really all we need is like, we need an admission. We need like confirmation that you've all acted terribly. Obviously, because you're in someone else's fucking house and you've tried to steal it and you've tried to destroy it and you've stolen children and you've destroyed precious like things or just all that stuff. And I just can't imagine. Like it's, for some reason it just isn't clicking over, but it will. It will in good time. We're very patient. And so yeah, on that note, I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to just maybe do some stretches or something like that. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Thanks once again to the inimitable Seamus Finnegan, who is just really doing his best for the Irish people. They're just a real great representative